It started quietly. No media alert. No official schedule. On a seemingly normal October afternoon, HYBE's private security suddenly reinforced an area of their newly constructed Studio 413 building, a restricted development center that fans only heard about through anonymous staff leaks in mid-2025. No one expected anything until Jungkook arrived. He was not in military uniform. He was not in public mode. His face was mostly covered, but those who were near enough knew instantly. HYBE didn't even allow standard media traffic within 200 meters. That never happens unless the recording is for something top-tier global. Then, just 40 minutes later, Taehyung arrived through a different private entrance, and everything changed. Studio 413 wasn't just any building. Korean industry insiders have whispered about it since May 2025, saying it was designed specifically for hybrid content. Not just music, a documented rumor said this studio could capture ultra-cinematic live audio and video simultaneously, reportedly built in partnership with Dolby themselves. This was not a casual B-side recording room. This was military-level confidentiality plus Hollywood-level technology. And now, Jungkook entered first. Taehyung followed. The two members with the strongest dual digital power in the world. The pairing HYBE knows they must use carefully or never at all. Sports News was the first outlet to break silence. Their headline shook the internet. Jungkook and Taehyung spotted arriving separately at HYBE's top-secret new studio, security level matching military briefings. Other outlets jumped in fast. Dispatch. Why only these two together first? What kind of rehearsal requires different arrivals? 10 Asia. This is unmistakably linked to a major global release. Top producer at SBS. HYBE doesn't activate the 413 facility unless it's cinematic scale. That word, cinematic, began flooding social platforms immediately. Within the first 2 hours, TKOK, HYBE's secret studio, and reunion starting hit global trends. Fans from Korea, Japan, Indonesia, US, and Brazil were posting the same messages. This is it. They didn't want them seen together yet, but failed. Jungkook isn't done. Taehyung isn't waiting. BTS is moving. There is no logical reason for these two to be called first unless it's for emotional impact. There was no logical denial, no anti-argument, just collective global synchronization of one belief. This is the first signal. At 7:43 p.m. Korea Standard Time, HYBE finally spoke the simple corporate line, "We cannot confirm any internal schedule at this time."
No denial.
No clarifications. They didn't even say this is false. They said nothing .in army language. That's a confirmation that HYBE has always used this formula. They deny instantly when untrue. They stay silent when partially true. They answer vaguely when it is important, but cannot yet be announced. This was the third category, the dangerous one. Several Korean music journalists and analysts argue that if HYBE chose Jungkook and Taehyung first, it wasn't arbitrary. It was emotional strategy. HYBE understands the global emotional economy. They know whose reunion is the most explosive. You don't start a BTS comeback with logic, you start it with feeling. Korean industry analyst Anonymous. Jungkook equals the most global streaming power. Taehyung equals the most luxury plus brand emotion power. Together, digital flame plus visual prestige. A direct signal that what's coming is not casual. It's calculated. 3 dominant theories currently dominate Korean discussion. Theory A, post-military BTS pre-album Filma cinematic reunion moment secretly shot before official discharge dates. Theory B, Taehyung comeback, produced and co-staged by Jungkook following the Jungkook-produced 7 model, but 100x more emotional. Theory C, duo OST for global streaming Filma Hollywood or Netflix-level OST that requires visual branding, not just music. All 3 are dangerously possible. Within hours, Rolling Stone India, Billboard France, Vogue Korea, and even Japanese NHK Culture Desk started picking up the story, some headlines. Are Jungkook and V secretly preparing a musical film release together? HYBE refusing to deny anything. This is bigger than a normal comeback. BTS reunion energy is returning faster than anyone predicted. Japan called it not rumor, but strategy reveal. The moment Taehyung entered, a small digital lock light switched on near the entrance, a thing seen only once before in HYBE history. That one time, when BTS secretly pre-recorded Yet to Come the movie. Content. Suddenly, nobody believed this was small anymore. As of this moment, HYBE remains silent. No news statement. No denial, no emergency PR move. And that silence is the loudest part, because if this was false, HYBE would have shut it down in under 5 minutes, but they didn't. Fans are now saying, the reunion has begun. We just weren't supposed to see it this soon. Multiple industry insiders are now emphasizing one detail most fans almost missed. Jungkook didn't arrive like an artist. He arrived like a producer, no camera crew, no glam team, no staff hovering around him except internal HYBE core security. This matched the exact movement he used before secretly recording 7 performance film version, where he acted as co-director of staging and execution. Insiders are now convinced Jungkook isn't just singing, he's architecting. Unlike Jungkook, Taehyung didn't arrive early. He arrived with timing. His arrival was precisely 40 minutes later, a time too intentional to be coincidence. It mirrors an old BTS pattern. Years ago, Taehyung would only arrive once Jungkook finished pre-setup. Why? Because their team structure always placed Jungkook in technical lead and Taehyung in final expressive test, the soul check. Even in singularity, Taehyung once said, "I'm always the final touch." Jungkook makes the room ready. History is repeating. Quietly, powerfully. Fans immediately noticed how Taehyung walked while entering, not playful, not casual, purposeful, calm. The gaze of someone who knew this moment mattered, noticed by thousands and reposted across Weverse within minutes. Taehyung's body language today feels like the beginning of a legacy moment, not a casual visit. And this is why international fans are whispering one sentence. He is not returning as Taehyung. He is returning as V of BTS again. For a longtime ARMY, this moment felt painfully familiar. The secret building, the split arrival, the lack of denial, the controlled chaos, the juggling of silence and inevitability, it all resembled 2013 pre-debut, when only the studio lights knew who BTS was becoming. That same eerie, powerful energy returned today. Except this time, the world is already watching. A major Korean entertainment reporter dropped one word in a private Telegram group that has now been leaked. This is a prototype. That term is only used for BTS-level global strategic moves, not content, but franchise planning. That a prototype isn't a song. A prototype is a future universe being drafted, meaning if Taehyung and Jungkook are the first two called, they are not recording a moment. They are founding the direction of BTS 2025 and beyond. Investors are monetarily sensitive to rumors. HYBE knows this. SO here is what's critical. HYBE has made no stock stabilization announcement, and investor clarification. No distancing. In K-pop economics, that is confirmation, because if it risks moving the stock price, they react instantly. They didn't. Conclusion by analysts, the project is real, just not yet revealable. A cultural strategist in Korea wrote, "You don't begin with RM. You don't begin with J-Hope. You begin with the gravity, the tension, the emotion. That is Taehyung plus Jungkook. This isn't about order of arrival. This is about emotional sequence. HYBE appears to be setting global emotional climate, not just content. Taehyung is the intimacy. Jungkook is the impact. Together, they prepare the world.